Hello, my name's Danielle Santiago and I've been fostering through PCYS since 2016. In May of 2016, PCYS had an informational booth in the lobby of my church, and from that day forward, my life has never been the same. After much conversation and paperwork, of course, I was ready to enter this next chapter of my life. I knew very little about the whole process, but PCYS was there to help me every step of the way. I quickly realized my knowledge of foster care and the system was much less than I originally thought. For those who aren't actively involved daily, how much does one really know about foster care? I knew what I saw on television, movies, papers, and other social media outlets. There is no denying that the words foster care is surrounded by a strong social stigma. I was determined to change that. I was determined to change the common misconceptions that shadowed foster care. Some adults refer to parenting as a walk in the park. Yeah, maybe Jurassic Park. But there's so much beauty in foster care and adoption, but we cannot forget the brokenness that comes along with it. Broken families, grieving birth parents, uncertain children, sadness, loss. I remember the first child I welcomed into my home. It's emotional, to say the least. I was handed a naked 11-month-old baby. The worker explained to me that she wouldn't be coming with any personal items for her home due to an overwhelming insect infestation. Many people are aware of the reality that most children entering foster care do so with a trash bag filled with limited personal items. The sad truth is that most kids really only come wearing the clothes on their back, and in this case, the child didn't even have that. After being handed the child, I signed some papers and that was it. I was left in the living room with a scared and completely naked baby on my lap. I heard a knock on the door and thankfully it was my PCYS worker. She was carrying a large bag of donated items that included diapers, wipes, clothing, socks, shoes, a plush blanket, and a stuffed animal. I remember the little girl seeing the fuzzy zebra. We both looked at each other and it was then that I knew that everything was going to be okay. I began removing the live roaches from her hair, gave her a warm bubble bath, and dressed her in a pair of warm pajamas for the night. I had the privilege of caring for this beautiful girl for 2 years. She was reunified with her family July of this past year. How do you cope with that? I know it isn't said without good intentions, but when I hear somebody say, "I really want to foster, I would just get too attached," isn't that the point? All children of all ages deserve someone who is going to invest in them fully. I want to remind you, kids in foster care need attachment more than we as adults need protection from it. As an adult, I have vowed to wear grief like a heavy coat, knowing that I have significantly altered the trajectory of a life forever. The word support does not do justice for what all PCYS provides for their foster families. As if the paperwork alone isn't enough, PCYS gives their foster families and children a voice and comfort through the emotional hardships. PCYS is alongside each of their foster families every step of the way, and the power of their presence is what brings light to a very dark reality. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and every day you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. I question why people are more comfortable with remaining voiceless rather than fighting for children who have had their rights stolen. If I could let the outside world know one thing today, it would be that when you have more than you need, build a longer table, not a higher fence.